Hello, learners. Welcome again to our session, a continuation of what we were doing earlier on. So in our class today, my good students, I want us to look at types of assurance and engagement, or rather examples of assurance engagement. And to do that, we'll be looking at this question. November 16, question number 5A. November 16, question number 5A is what I want us to talk about. So talk about examples of assurance engagements. Talk about examples of assurance engagements. So types of assurance engagements. Talk about types of assurance engagements. Types of assurance engagement. Types of assurance engagements. Types of assurance engagement. Types of assurance engagements. So the first type you can talk about is what is known as agreed upon procedures. So number one type you're talking about is agreed upon procedures. 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 So this is where a professional accountant is engaged to carry out procedures of audit in nature. This is where a professional accountant is engaged to carry out procedures of audit in nature to which the client, the professional accountant, and any other relevant third parties have agreed, and to produce a report of factual findings on the agreed upon procedures. So you can see I'm having at least an element of what? The three-party relationship, whereby in this case we are talking about the professional accountant, we are talking about the professional accountant, we are talking about the client, and also we will be talking about the aspect to do with what? The third party, also to do with the third party. So I repeat again, kindly you can put it down. We are saying that under agreed procedure, this is where a professional accountant is engaged to carry out procedures of audit in nature to which the client, the professional accountant, and any other relevant third parties have agreed, and to produce a report of factual findings on the agreed upon procedures, on the agreed upon procedures, on the agreed upon procedures, on the agreed upon procedures. So at least I'm having the client, we do have the accountant, and you do have the third party, right? Responsible party, practitioner, and I'm having the intended user, right? Then the other point you're talking about should be compilation engagements. Compilation engagements, compilation engagements, compilation engagements. Also an example of assurance engagement. This is where the professional accountant is engaged. This is where the professional accountant is engaged to use accounting expertise, to collect, classify, and summarize financial information. This is where the professional accountant is engaged to use accounting expertise to collect, classify, and summarize financial information. It ordinarily entails reducing detailed data to a manageable and understandable form without the requirement test of underlying probably the assignment, right? So I'm just going to reduce our work to that level whereby I can produce a report. Then in such areas, we normally tend to talk about the test that will underlie certain factors like tax preparation, but basically that one will be a good example of non-assurance, which we'll be looking at it later on. We have review engagements. Talk about review engagements. This involves review of financial information other than that done by the independent auditor. Other than that done by the independent auditor. The objective is to enable the practitioner state whether, on the basis of procedures which do not provide all the evidence that will be required in an audit, anything has come to his attention to causing him to believe that the financial statement have not been prepared in accordance with the identified financial reporting framework. So it's all about kind of increasing the confidence of the intended user. It's about increasing the confidence of the intended user. About increasing the confidence of the intended users. And of course, in that case, we talked about agreed upon procedures, compilation engagements, review engagements. Also, maybe you can talk about financial statement audit. 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 So these are the examples of or types of assurance engagements, which in that case, that is what you were asked in November 2016, question number 5A. Question number 5A. Question number 5A. So I believe by now at least you have an idea. You have an idea of what is required to be done. At least you have an idea of what is required to be done to this level. So to this juncture, my good student, in our last class under this topic, we'll be looking at non-assurance engagement and talk about maybe importance of assurance engagement, and we'll summarize this topic. So to this point, thank you so much, and let us meet in the next session. Thank you.